Hello and welcome to another year of football. I can't wait for the football season to start. I know the preseason is going, but I don't know about you guys, but I am a big fantasy football guy. I just love being able to play fantasy football and everything like that. My brother hates me when I say that now because I didn't join his league this year just because I just wasn't feeling his league this year, and I basically just wanted to not really do a normal draft league that cost me a bunch of money and everything like that. I'd rather do other ones that didn't have kickers and defense in it. I don't like kickers and defense, so anyone else that does leagues with kickers and defense, I'm not a fan. I like to just straight do wide receivers, running backs, QBs, and tight ends. I'd almost rather do two QBs in the thing than do a kicker and a defense, or even have three wide receivers and take out kicker and defense altogether. That would probably be my best thing is just take out kicker and defense and just add a wide receiver. But I'm gonna talk about some fantasy football. If you look up here, I have my Twitter account, and it'll be for you to look up, and there's a guide on there that I did basically an in detail guide about how I like to actually do picks and pick position and who my favorite guys this year are and everything like that. It's all my opinion. I'm not really an expert, I'm not like the guys on ESPN that can do fantasy focus. I do listen to them. I do see what they mean and talk about, do research on the guys and so forth. But I always like my own picks. You know what I mean? I always have players every year that I enjoy, and I'll just go with them, no matter whether it's win or lose with them. It's just how I am. This year, I'm kind of I feel like I'm out of the norm for most fantasy drafters because it seems like now that everything's more of a PPR league now, and I love PPR leagues, and even best ball leagues. Best ball leagues have three wide receivers in the lineup now, so everyone's going heavy, and I mean heavy on wide receivers. Even the first two top picks are wide receivers in most of the drafts like that. I think except for normal drafts, usually Justin Jefferson is number one overall, which to me is well, these wide receivers are now becoming number one overall. Is so odd to me because all the 15 years of me drafting, it's always been a running back in the beginning, But Justin Jefferson does get massive points, so he can really do it. But to me, my thing is I like running backs. To me, if you think that you're going to be picking a wide receiver early, two wide receivers early, and then you're going to make an impact on your league as well as picking the two running backs, you are not. And this is my opinion. A lot of people don't seem to go with my opinion because the way I see drafts going, the way I see other things going, the research, so forth, is that most people want to pick those wide receiver spots early. Me, I do not. To me, I use that to my advantage. Because, I don't like to be in the beginning of the draft, 1 through, 5, I don't like to be there. I like to be there because I'm 6 through, 12th or whatever, The reason being is because everybody in the front will pick wide receivers. It's the first, 6 picks are usually, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and then, Cooper Kupp. Those ones are already gone off the board. If I don't care about any of those players, then I literally won't care that they go. And then I'll be okay, so say I'm 6th pick, all those guys are gone. I'm B. John Johnson. That is my player of the year, B. John Robinson. Oh, I said Johnson. It's Robinson, but whatever. I'm very bad at names. You'll see me talking about them, and I'll be mispronouncing all the names. I don't even know if I'm saying Bijan. Is it Bijan or Bijan? I don't even know. But Bijan Robinson is the one that I like this year. He looks like Frank Gore and Reggie Bush had a baby and boom, he's there. Because he's a little small in height, but he is a beast when he gets running. He can get through and do the cuts and everything like that he needs to do and get right in there into the goal line. He's even a great pass catcher. Once he gets going, you throw it to him, he's already full speed. It's gonna be hard to stop him. So I just enjoy him as my first pick almost every draft. I think I have 10 drafts where he's my first pick. I think the only time he's not my first pick is when I'm last pick or something like that. Or sometimes I mix it up. I do a bunch of drafts. I'll be first pick because Christian McCaffrey is no slouch. If I'm in the first 4 picks, I'm gonna pick Christian McCaffrey every time. The only time I will vary from the running back strategy, I'm saying like go heavy in running backs, is if I'm like fourth or fifth pick and Christian McCaffrey gets picked, I will contemplate Travis Kelce. That's only because like Travis Kelce, like you go from like here, Travis Kelce, and then all the way down here to like Mark Andrews, the next great tight end. You know what I mean? And if you look up here, like I said, like floors and ceilings. Basically, what I'm saying about floors and ceilings is like the bottom is like the floor of the running backs, tight ends, QBs, wide receivers, and then the ceilings are the top. Now, for wide receivers has the biggest floor to ceiling going up and down. Like, because like there's so many good wide receivers, and like you think about it, almost every team has at least like 4 to 5 wide receivers that they can play at a time. So like having 5 wide receivers on one team out in the field is like you got 5 chances of getting that ball in their hand. You know what I mean? So it's really good. Also, like tight ends are a little shallowish, kind of, but there's still a bunch of tight ends that are decent and good. You can get some of them late picks anyway, so it's always good. Running backs are small. Like that's why I always say go running back set. Like you might think like, oh yeah, it's great or that. Like the one example is like if say you pick wide receivers early, then like you're like, okay, what running back I'm gonna get? You're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna be with Travis Etienne or Joe Mixon. Well, they're fine running backs. I love Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon, when he first came out, I was always picking him. He's a beast as well. But like they kind of fallen off. You got to think about it like the Jags itself, like Travis Etienne. Like, is he going to get enough playing time? Because like, will they be like in the lead or will they be down? Trevor Lawrence likes to freaking throw the ball, so it's like you never know. Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow loves to throw the ball too, so it's like Joe Mixon can be a pass catcher. But, it's just like the whole thing. You never know. So to me, it's just like you really want to get into that running back situation. Because, like, to me, if you can sit there and let all these people pick, like, the Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupps, Justin Jefferson early, and you get, like, Christian McCaffrey, then when it comes back around to you, and you're like, okay, I get Tony Pollard, and then, like, your third pick is, like, Derrick Henry. That means you got Christian McCaffrey, Tony Pollard, and Derrick Henry. That's fucking amazing, right? Like, that sounds like amazing. Like, your 3 slots are already, like, set. And then it's like, then when you go to wide receiver, you're like, so what are we going to wide receiver? You're like, oh, okay, you have to, like, settle for, like, Jordan Addison or Tyler Boyd or even Tyler Lockett or something like that. Like, some, like, second wide receiver, too, kind of guy on the team, which, like, Jordan Addison can score as many points as Justin Jefferson in some games. So it's like you never know. And like some of the ones that are actually like coming up, like Nico Collins or what is it, like who's the other ones? I can't even think. I'm trying to think of the other guys. It's like George Pickens, Jahan Dotson, and like Curtis Samuel. It's like these ones that like are coming out that like could be decent. Adam Thielen is down there low on the picks as well, which Adam Thielen is always a decent wide receiver. He's gonna get a lot of looks. He's gonna get a lot of fucking balls thrown to him. He's gonna end up with a lot of PPR points. So like don't even count him out. But if you keep looking, I'm telling you, if you do at least 2 of your first picks, running backs, and then you look at the wide receivers you have in your pool to get, because you can do like I said, if you're like 3rd, 4th pick and you get Christian McCaffrey, come back around and you get Tony Pollard. Even like at worst, you get like Derrick Henry, right? Like that's bad. Your 3rd pick could be like Deebo Samuel. You know what I mean? It's like there's plenty of them that can easily come back around, or even Chris Olave or something like that. It all depends on like what's going on in the draft. It's not going to be bad. So I'm just telling you, this is where you should go: is go to running backs. Go hard on them early, and you will not be dissatisfied. I mean, like, this is my opinion. This is the way I'm going. Most of the other, like, drafters that I see and people that are, like, experts, whatever, are, like, kind of going more wide receiver heavy. So I could be wrong. And I'll be proven wrong. I'll be, like, updating every so often on my Twitter and on my, like, TikTok now. Just, like, what's going on. So stay tuned with me, and we'll see how it goes.